Welcome to this weekend's edition of the Animated Critics Weekend Box Office Breakdown for July 2nd to the 5th, 2010. This was an extended weekend, and the estimates for the weekend are: in first place, we have Twilight Saga Eclipse, with an 83.5 million estimated gross for the 4-day July 4th weekend. It has collected 176 million since it was released on Tuesday night. It doesn't look like it's going to beat the weekend box office record of 180 million set by Spider-Man 2, but this is an impressive opening. Did you think this would do bigger, or is this about what you expected?
That's about on par with what I expected. It was going to be big, but not overly big. This is the third in the series, so it's obviously not going to be getting any bigger than it already is. And I think this is a very fan-driven series, so you're only going to be getting the fans that actually like it to come. You're not going to be getting a lot of new people coming out to watch new episodes of this.
Someone's claiming that it already has $20 million from its opening across seasons as well, where the film was very popular. The second film did $700 million there, and there's no reason to think that this can't do somewhere in the same ballpark worldwide. Also opening up this week, in second place, we have M. Night Shyamalan's new film, The Last Airbender. It opened up with $16 million on its opening day Thursday, getting a jump on the weekend, and its take for the 4-day weekend looks to be in the $51 million range, with a total of $73 million when you factor in that Thursday take. That's a fairly large opening, and this looks like it'll be Shyamalan's second largest film. What do you think about the numbers?
I'm slightly surprised by how big it's doing, but I think that it's really getting a lot of aid from the 3D ticket prices, and also just the fact that it doesn't matter what the critics are going to say or what people are going to look at for if they like this movie or not, because the real drive to see this are little kids who really enjoy the cartoons, and they're going to make mom and dad go out and see this, and mom and dad have sat through, I'm sure, a lot of crap in their times for kids, and I don't think it's going to affect the gross of this at all. It's obviously not.
Now, these are surprising numbers, and I think that once word of mouth gets out, because the critics have not been kind on this film, that next weekend will take a big dip.
And at number 3, we have Toy Story 3 with an estimated 42.2 million for the 4-day weekend, and that's going to bring it just past the 300 million mark. Nice job for Toy Story 3, I have to say. This is really Pixar showing that they have a Shrek in their holster as well.
Yeah, this hit the 300 million mark very quickly and looks still on the path to hit 400 million. Surprisingly, this is only Pixar's second film, other than Finding Nemo, to reach 300 million. You'd think that they'd have a lot more $300 million hits, but this is only their second film, and I think this is going to be the number one film of the year, beating Alice in Wonderland. Probably going to hold on to that title throughout the year.
And at number 4, we have Grown Ups with a surprisingly strong hold of 24 million for the 4-day. Estimated cume so far is 82.5 million, which is pretty good for Adam Sandler. This movie's definitely going into the mid triple digits, if not possibly the high triple digits.
Yeah, I mean, this is an excellent weekend for this. This is a typical kind of comedy that's out there. It's a light comedy. I mean, these guys are going, a water park slide down on the poster, and it's people. I think this is a perfectly timed summer comedy, and I think they could hit those kind of numbers. This is going to do well for the next 3 or 4 weeks. There's no other comedy coming out other than that Will Ferrell film, the other guys, in mid-August that even has a chance of reaching the kind of numbers that Grown Ups is going to do this summer. In at number 5, we have Night and Day with an estimated 4-day take of 13.5 million. Now, that's a decent hold for Night and Day, especially after the media attacked it and word of mouth wasn't great initially. It seems that it's found its audience and people might be connecting with this film. What do you think about its chances sticking around in the top 10?
Well, I think it's out of the top 5, next weekend, and pushed down to number 7 at least, if not number 8. It's not going to stay around for very long this summer. I think that this movie is going to top out about 80 million. It's got a possibility of hitting the 90s, but it would really have to show some legs to get up there.
I agree with you on your numbers and that fact. This is trailing Valkyrie's run at this point in its release by about 10 million, but this has stronger midday numbers than that film did due to its summer release date. So it'll probably hit 80 to 90 million, and I think it's going to have a strong overseas run, and this will have 300 million plus by the time this comes to DVD.
Coming out next weekend, we have Despicable Me, and I am going to guess that that's opening at 30 million for about $100 million total. playing counter programming to that, we have Predators, and I'm going to turn that over to you. What do you think that's going to make?
I would normally say that opens up in the $22 million range, but this has been a strange summer for action films, and I'm going to have to go a little bit lower than my initial projection and say $15 to $17 million range, just because a lot of films haven't done nearly as well as I thought they would do this summer. But I do see a final gross in the $30 to $40 million range. And that does it for our show. Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy your 4th of July weekend and check back with us next weekend.